Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Path of Exile. We're playing in the Incursion League with a solo self-found hardcore Arc Trapper. We've arrived on the rooftop in Act 10. Time to rescue Bannon. Of course, the enemies here are totally just waiting for me. And look at that. Look at them die. Hello there, Plague Wing. Oh, you're jumping. Oh. Good for you. Okay, then Bannon's gonna go back to the docks. We could go there, but we already know. He's gonna send us onwards. So we might as well just ignore him and do things without the quest. For today, we're gonna do all the prep work in Act 10. So that means the final trial. We are gonna have an interesting encounter with Vilenta, of whom I have already been warned that she's pretty dangerous for a build like this. So we'll be careful with that. And we'll do some of the assorted side quests that we get in this place. Of course, we're just nicely moving through here, trying to stay out of melee range of all the enemies. We only have 5 more incursions remaining until we have another temple run. So I suspect there are going to be a fair share of trials today as well. Let's trap you through the bazoo. Yeah, like that. Marvelous. So what kind of thing do we have? Hello, mana. I don't think divine... Actually, divine might be an upgrade. Let's have a quick look. Moose bleeding. It's not the instant one. It's 80 mana per second. This one just instantly recovers 145 and then... Actually it recovers 70 and then half again over 3 seconds. This might actually be an upgrade. So let's just plop it in and see. Real time flask swapping action. The nice thing about this flask in particular, you only need 5 charges for a sip. So that is 5 kills. And look at that, we have an alpha coming up. Oh. Hello, yeah, I have some bear traps. Hey. Why are you no trigger? We have one Katarina, find and recover some minions. Well, we'll get around to that. For now, let's just clear space around Alpha. Poison Garden. Well, oh, okay, so it's poison plants or it's traps. That's damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation. We could connect it back to the start. We could also have some fun and connect it to the pits. Since then everything is actually connected as just a single interesting string of connected rooms. In terms of backtracking, it's going to be easy. Just go through a branch and then you just go back through the branch and there's no navigation or anything. So upgrade and then left top. Well, there's still 5 remaining, so there's a chance that we might get a 3rd tier and then we actually get something for the effort. Oh, yeah, you are the trap thrower. Stone of Passage. Left top, I think I said. So here we need to be... Oh, double rares. Hello. Goodbye. And there is the last batch. That looks relatively full, doesn't it? And connected it is. Great. Crusader Buckler, that looks relevant. These look irrelevant. Sentinel Jacket, that looks relevant. And then might as well just pick up a couple of the scrolls. So +2 to melee gem, +2 to Sogra melee gem sets. Well, we're not a melee build, that's a bit unfortunate. Decent life, decent evasion, no resists. So yeah, that's not. Same here, just rubbish stats. Downside, most items have rubbish stats. So most items will get sold to the vendors for orbs of alteration. Or other orbs or fragments. Oh yeah, Katrina. You have corpses for me. Or I had corpses for you. Usually she's pretty decent at just picking things up. Ah, I have to kill them as well. Wait. Well, if it's find and kill... Ah, look at that. We found the exit. Too bad for Katarina's mission. Okay, so this square always has some interesting layout. But grabbing the waypoint seems like the best choice here. Oh, hello. Don't come rushing in all at once, please. And a level up. Oh, that is a good level up, actually. Let's see. Currently 60% evasion rate. Reflexes is bumping that back up to 62. Actually, I think I gained a little bit since it was at 61 at the start of the episode. Yeah, we should be able to swap that around and then pick that one and then do some pocket emptying. Okay, Lani, what do you have? Divine Life. Anything in here that I'm still lacking? Let's go for the Divine Life. We could potentially reroll that. Everybody here. So lots and lots of stuff was found. Let's just put everything in the box. And then continue on the merry way. So we need to go back across the channels, grab a waypoint. On the other hand, afterwards we need to go roughly back here, since we also have a reliquary to go for. This is a broken bridge, then we should go further. I'll just leave the portal here in the square. This looks better. Look, this bridge is whole. We can use it to cross the water. And then the waypoint should be not too far. Yeah, exactly. So waypoint gets us to the ossuary. So we don't really need to go in since we have easy access to it now. But we can use the portal here to just go back to the other side of the instance and not lose too much progress. Next step would be the reliquary. Somewhere down here. Reliquary? No. This is not the reliquary you're looking for. So that is one further down. Oh wait, of course that's the corner where we killed Utula. And the reliquary was indeed in the next hole. Okay, maybe I should not get hit too much by things charging at me. That sounds terribly dangerous. There we go, one reliquary. I think the reliquary has a waypoint of its own. Yep, because it's otherwise too far to walk. They did do a good job with all the reliquaries, with all the waypoints here. So here we have the teardrop of bloody blah. Somewhere in the back, because that's always in the back. And lots of enemies along the way. An echoing shrine. Oh, those are relatively rare. You double cast your spells. Though for laying traps doesn't really seem to do much. So it's not real. No, of no real use to me. Oh, Flame Dash. You double cast Flame Dash this way. Because it's the only active skill I've got. Ooh, your buddies can't die. Well, now they can. And then we just keep on pushing. Ooh, look at that. One another overhaul. And an exploding fireball. Cool. What are you sending me to? The pits. Pits of Hafsin. Contains strong boxes or heals monsters. Well, I think I'm just gonna go for the rewards. So let's go for strong boxes, and if possible, we'll connect it to the stone there. Refresh the golem. It was a little bit wounded. Okay, I think I said something about let's not get hit in melee. Then those snakes definitely count as melee. Well, let's not get in melee. I think it feels like I'm repeating myself and then just not totally following my own advice. Your spellcaster, ooh, that was messy. Okay, 12 seconds. A couple more. Okay, so they felt relatively aggressive here. Still down a stone. Okay, that stone is incredibly well guarded. Can I make it back still to one? Nope. Okay, so we fixed the boxes, but we didn't get an extra connection, and that is fine. That is absolutely fine. It was not required, it was just a nice to have. Okay. Let's continue looking for the teardrop. And let's not get hit too much. Hello there. Goodbye. And there we have ourselves a teardrop. In the pearl case. So this was for one of these two. And we get a belt. Well, I like a belt. Belts are good for you. Strength, lightning resist. Not much else. So what's the current one do? Strength, life, crafted cold resist. Don't need the cold resist, don't need the lightning resist, would have been great as fire resist. But this one does have open prefixes, so potentially I could craft life on this. Yeah. We'll stick this one in the stash as something to be considered at a slightly later date. Then next up, waypoint. We can go back to the reliquary waypoint, that's the beginning of the level, and then we can exit here and continue onwards towards Vilenta. We even have the old instance still up. You do see enemies get stunned quite often. There's a little bit of a oh no, I got hit animation, interrupting whatever they're trying to do. The hit damage on the arc trap is pretty solid, of course. At the top end. The lower end, maybe not. And the enemies don't really have all that much health just yet. Let's see. Well, waypoint. If I were to go to Alpha, how would I get there? This is the way, apparently. Okay, nobody around. Let's have a chat. The cultivar chamber. Ooh, that's the poison plants. We can upgrade it. Nice. You are an experimental dead. Not quite that, it's just an experiment. Okay, plenty of time remaining. You are gone. Toxic room, part 3. Stone of passage. Okay, now we actually have a circle. In terms of connected rooms. What's in the corner? Nobody is left in the corner. Okay. Three quarters of the enemies are down. It's just you guys. There we go. And then the last bunch. These are very large. Really don't want to get hit by them. And done we are. And that connects it, and look, we can go into a circle now. I like it. Regal Orb, that's probably the first one of this series. Yeah, so Alpha was a little bit of a distraction. No, actually it was not. She's on the way. I mean, Vilenta is usually somewhere down the bottom left. So that is the rough direction you want to follow. Oh, look at that. We entered there. Back in the days. Good old Act 5. We made that hole. Okay, enemies throwing nets, slowing me down. That's just mean. Hunt down infected beasts. Send it in the direction I wanted to go anyway. That is good. Okay. No, goodbye. My golem was not really doing all that much, really. Being stuck upstairs. I mean, how can my golem taunt if the golem is not around to be taunting? Okay, narrow corridors, lots of enemies. It is very easy to run into enemies, which I should not be doing. Also, limited line of sight. It is rather dark. Definitely makes for some interesting encounters, just bumping into all kinds of dangerous folks. And there we are. The arena. So lots of physical damage, some fire damage here. My elemental resists are maxed. Physical is of course an issue. So let's try and dance our way out of this. You can't be killed if you don't get hit. That said, degeneration beams don't technically hit. Okay, kind of enemies that send souls at you when you die. So it seems like just staying highly mobile has an advantage here. The taunting decoy totem, very helpful. I mean, if she's attacking the totem, then she's not attacking me. Oh, I said attack the totem, not me. You should listen, Vilenta. Hey. So, staying mobile, keeping the decoy totem up, seems to solve the problem here. I was expecting a little bit more of a fight. So I guess that's a good thing. Technically we don't need to be here, but of course I do want that fuse. Hey, infected mobs. Okay, I need to get 44, that's multiple packs. Sorry Tora, you can kill them yourself. You are a master hunter after all. Nice, passive point. Okay, so we completed reflexes, we completed the hired killer. So for the time being, I'm actually done here. We don't really need the extra damage of the unstable munitions at the moment. So what I do want to go for next is Written in Blood. It's life, energy shield, a hybrid wheel. We're not really focused on the energy shield, but the life itself, there's 20% life in here, as well as a bit of strength, and then the energy shield is just a cherry on top of the cake. So that is all pretty good. So next up, the ossuary. We have a lab down here, or a lab trial at least. The last one before we go into Merciless Lab next time. Okay, let's not be there when it explodes. And there's a very nice contrast with the control blocks. This place is relatively well lit. You can see the enemies coming. The enemies are a bit on the slower end. So this is pretty easy to deal with. Doesn't appear to be a lot of danger here. Even that big guy, just slow enough that it's very easy to dodge. Alpha, why are you sending me? Strongbox chamber. Sure, let's do it. So thanks to arrow dancing, we have a higher chance to evade projectiles than melee attacks. So the barrage of projectiles, almost none of them hit, because we're actually pretty darn good at not getting hit by those. That's why if you dodge out of melee range, then of course those meleeers won't hit you either, and life is going to be pretty darn good for you. That said, spells still have the potential to wreck you, because we only have a 30% chance to avoid spells, or to dodge spells. Whereas for attacks, well, we got evasion, we got dodge, and we got block. And that is a full clear. Oh. So, tier 2 strong boxes. Life is pretty good. Okay. Let's continue the search. Tora, are you stalking me? Hey, those look like abyss monsters. Or perhaps the abyss monsters look like these things. That's also possible. As always, master missions are a bit of an optional side thing. Don't really care too much about them. Okay, we have the elixir, just need the trial now. And look at that. Lorbit indicating a trial is nearby. Okay, maybe I should not be so rash. Okay. And there we go. It's like a very, very small version of a endgame trial run. Those have a habit of also having multiple side rooms that you need to collect. Okay, Elixir of Allure, we can bring that one back to Whalem. And get some respect points. Nice. So we are now ready for Merciless Lab, so next time we can do that and grab Chain Reaction. There's a good chance that we're going to level along the way, so then we can get started on the path to Written in Blood, get a little bit more life going. And I just had a look at my gear, but there's 80 life on this one, there's 40 life on here, there's 88 life on here, 26, but we did find ourselves a better belt that has potential, but it we can craft 40 or 50 life on. There is 52 life on this one, there is 86 life on here, no life on there, 65 life, 30 life and 34 life. So we're getting a lot of extra flat life. It's just the percentage life from the skill tree that is lacking a little bit because, well, right hand side of the tree. So we're going to remedy that. Written in Blood is first, then melding is going to be next. And that's going to be hopefully helpful. And then afterwards we're going to head towards Blast Cascade. But by that time, well, we're now level 60, 70. So nope, after that we're going to be pretty far into maps once that is all achieved. And then it is just going to be a time of just getting some crit nodes and things like that to scale damage for the end game. Well, for the end of the end game, because, well, it depends a little bit on where you see what the end game is, right? Now, for some it is just getting 2 maps, and for some people it doesn't really start until red maps. However, for now, I'm gonna thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you again next time in the Merciless Lab. Bye bye.